to feed my pupsters and keep a roof over their heads, because YouTube certainly doesn't aid me in that by pledging to my Patreon linked below. In all seriousness, your help is always so greatly appreciated. Link at the top of the description, and I hope to see you there to keep everything great about One Piece airing and the channel in general. Love your faces. Half the win is for those damage effects, and the other half is because I'm in awe once again at the sheer size of his attack. I felt like that was quite the realistic reaction to what just happened before our eyes. Artistically speaking, that's a nice touch to add to remember him and make a symbolic point. First of all, this is such a sad scene. Beautiful animal too, giving her comfort in this moment. Secondly, it really is a being nice to animals is always a win-win. Just dropping a quick one for showing us the same scene, but how he heard and saw it before choosing to attack. Credit to her for not wallowing in mourning here, but choosing instead to take action to help others and let them know about his plans. Obviously her father's final wishes after saving her. Half this win is her continued bravery as she set herself this important mission, but also how we got to see her asking Sue to take care of the boys and getting ready to go. Man, I've been saying it as long as I can remember in this series, but when he finishes a fight and puts his swords away, it's so badass and well animated too. Huh? Most of the win is because this is funny, the dog just following anyone's orders, but also I had to say he's a good boy too. Look at his little tail wagging. I can't help but see my Titan in him. Toei often slaps me when I show too much, so safe to say he sliced it just prior, but the win is naturally for a very nice skid to the ground and the attack itself. Upside down Nami! To be honest, these comments mean a lot to me. He made similar ones towards Chopper when he found him hurt. Just goes to show how much their well-being means to him. Whilst I'm here, I'm giving a follow-up win for the logic pointed out to me in part 22 by A. David that Zoro is napping during the day as he stays up on watch during the night. What a legend! Pointing that scene out as a great example of why the voice actor means a lot to me. Ever since I heard him do Griffith in Berserk 7 years or so, he's fantastic. For the first time, getting to see him actually do the process of firing off one of those giant blasts, and it is huge. Even more shocking for me was he only just did one as well. By the way, what a great plot twist as well. Just like the raw power of the snake interrupting the games, his own power just brings everything to a crashing halt. I love Zoro so much, least of all because he just proved win number 5594 correct by showing so much concern for his buddy and making his way to him. As a spectacle, it looks outstanding, but that music was such a glorious choice too. It elevated it to something I'd best describe as being epic, as in on a grand, important scale. Take one for the animation crew going the extra mile, likely honouring the manga and putting so much detail into the background as they fall. It's very cut up because I didn't need the dialogue, but I wanted to point out that quick succession of hilarious reactions. They finally got out! That's a win! Secondly, Gon keeps on being a legend, sending him back inside to quickly get Luffy and the girl whilst he is falling outside. He rescued Chopper, as expected, but I also love the personality on display from Robin, that she is the only one who calls him by a different name. Oh, how I adore it when they animate him walking the whole way through a scene when no one would mind if they cut a tight zoom on his face bobbing up and down instead. This damn snake is still going! But I must admit, the win here is totally because someone is obviously going to deal with it, and that's a big thing to accomplish. Doesn't matter how you slice it, the fact that they're still inside it, that's a plot twist. You'd think when Nami and Gaon got outside, that'd be the case for all of them, but no. It's the hand gesture alongside the statement of where he wants to exit that does it for me. So much credit to the girl's voice actress for nailing these excellent sounding reactions. Him getting to see his ancestral home for the first time ever, the first time any of them have likely seen it in hundreds of years. But also can't be ignoring that rotating shot looking as good as it is either. Symbolically speaking, that was excellent as much as it was visually speaking, seeing the new leader of their people. Really liked how they did that. I think it was two images with one laid over the other, creating a real city look as it zooms out. Giving a win and purely because I kinda don't know what's up with the snake. It's like it's recalling something, but it was truly unexpected at the very least. Naming his lightning attack after Thor was a nice touch. And obviously you can't overlook getting to finally see the entire attack, from start to finish, and again, I'm also surprised at how quickly he can fire it off like this. It's an old win at this point, where not everyone is aware of everything, as clearly Zoro thinks Nami is still inside so reacts like this. They all meet back up, lovely! Considering no one could so much as scratch that snake, I'm amazed by the power he has. I'm hoping that it's telling that he dodged his gun's attacks twice. Maybe he can be hurt by specific things? So damn awesome as everyone who is still sticking around makes their way to stand in front of him, and we get a lovely wide angle at the end showing Nami and Chopper too. Fantastic!
つまり今この場に6人もいてもらっちゃ困るというわけだ。バレてた。ねえ、ちょっと待って、私。
The way she says this, her voice actress really is talented as well. I love her. Goes without saying, I just had to show this. My god, I love it when the animators do this kind of thing. Once more, a brilliant end to an episode. You keep doing it and I'll keep winning it. Thought this was very sweet because A, it reminds us of the father's sad passing, but also how kind he was, as mentioned by the lad, but also B, seeing them as they were back then. Happy. The intro also served as a good reminder of daily life here. He remembers them fondly, the other kids think they're bad now. Lastly, his Divine Squad's father has been missing for many years. Might just be me, but I felt like she was playing this to honour her father who, let's be honest, friggin' loved it. Nami's still looking so very Nami-ish. Moving on.
だがお前誰に物を言ってるのか分かっておらぬようだ。悩み大きこの世だ。子羊が何を望もうと構わんが。
I really have to give this guy credit as a villain for being voiced by a badass. Whilst being designed and brought to life by Oda and the animators and looking badass, he captures attention. All this talk recently of long distance shots, but they've done a great deal more of these kinds of unique shots than before as well, impressively.
そこには見渡す限りの果てしない大地が広がっているのだ。
Shockingly, it sounds as though he wants to go down to the surface, maybe rule there? I may be wrong, but still.
貴様この国を消す気か。
それが自然。
How that reflection was done!
私のこれからの目的を話してやったら、いや
Knowing he took out those 650 guys after they found out his plans. At least they then tried to fight him, so that's how the man ended up down there badly wounded to reveal his plan. I don't even care, this is getting the video its first 2 max wins, and it's purely for the animators picking such beautifully unique angles and creative shots there. He's about to get hit with an incredible charge. We see into his past, and again how he struggled as leader with what his people had done to Wipers.
我々にせよ彼らにせよ敗北を認めるには少々月日を。
It's a win I haven't dished out in a while. The wind just doing its thing. When you look for it, you'll be amazed how often it only kicks in after a big statement.
どういうことだ。ゴッドエネルと名乗る者が。
Oh yes! I was just thinking, whilst I like seeing this, I wish I could see the moment they actually invaded, and here we have it.
これは。
Credit there for animating so many of them having been taken out. Toei really did that all the time back then, hopefully still now too. Just when I think we've seen everything, pretty much, that Eneru has on hand to fight, he uses this weird thing to knock him out! Okay, I'm happy now. I've seen the entire thing, how he was in power, lost it, what happened after. Let's go!
それは私だ。
I'm going on record, he's definitely the biggest walking around JoJo situation yet, which if you recall is what I refer to as a situation I cannot see a way out of. How are you gonna beat him?
その地に住めるのはここに選ばれた人間のみ。
Doesn't matter how you peel it, slice it, and then dice it. That's a great friggin' plot twist.
なぜだ、私の決定だぞ。ここにいればこの国と共に奈落の底へ落ちてしまうのだぞ。
It's said great villains believe they're not evil. I think that's the case here. He's genuinely confused at the prospect of them not joining in his new nation as guests or guards.
と、お前と同じ場所を私は思い描いている。
Along that same line of thinking, I gotta also give props for his interactions with Robin, up to now merely talking with her, on more than one occasion, when he didn't have to.
俺は打算的な女が嫌いでね。
Such a great twist yet again, especially after what I just wrote. Seems he initially maybe liked her because she spoke plainly, but in trying to get under his skin or prove him wrong, it caused this. That looks outstanding as he almost seemed to move so fast it was like he teleported to her side there.
女だぞ。
So badass, Zoro!
いい腕だ。
Zoro is the first one to be able to get right in close here and caused a proper strange looking reaction, but even still he blocked it physically. Come on! This annoying but well detailed looking dodge from him and Wiper at long last attacking the bigger threat when he saw an opening.
バカな。バズーカの効果をかき消した。
Is there anything this guy can't do?
お前の言う夢の世界なんて興味ねえんだよ。
Half the win is for Zoro rushing right back into combat, not at all deterred by his show of force. The other half is for animating him in the background moving into position.
お前たちがどうあがこうが太刀打ちできない圧倒的な力。
Seems it doesn't matter how strong Zoro is, if you can cut through it and he just does this, how can you win?
なんだ、
海楼石ってもんを知ってるか。 Eneru.
Ah, such a great twist because Eneru was surprised for a moment at not being able to get away.
なるほど、力が入らん。
Oh, so smart. So he used the stone that takes away devil fruit powers. I love how that element has been kept in our minds every dozen episodes or so. It then becomes a huge impact here.
何が不満だ。お前もバースが欲しいんだろ。
黙れ、死んで本望。
I loved this moment because it was the first time he stopped speaking like a god for a moment and slightly started to panic and bargain.
イセクトー
Max wins, gotta be. Great visuals and sound effects, the importance of the scene, their shocked reactions, I absolutely love it. That end visual gets them one more, fading into the end of the episode, and he's still standing after 2 of those blasts.
その石を狙う者たちが現れた時、黄金とシャンドラの戦士たちは勇敢に戦った。
I continue to love it. The episode isn't even fully started yet, but we're still getting a brand new scene that contains some amazingly tasty sounding lore.
それなのに400年前、島はこのスカイピアへ飛んできて、この国の奴らに奪われた。
I personally thought it was brilliant to have these kids clearly resemble the men who fought and lost during this big game. Always makes characters feel like they really lived.
ロビン、変な騎士。
As soon as the battle is over, for now I'm guessing, Nami rushes to aid her fallen allies. You have got to be kidding me! His body is freaking giving himself a defib!
人は神を恐れるのではない。
Just wanted to give Wiper a win here for being the toughest out of his whole tribe. Fought bravely against everyone to the very end, including winning against him for a moment.
哀れなもんだ。戦士ワイパー。
To make me go from hating this guy for attacking Zoro and Gon all the time to feeling bad for him here, well, that's just well done.
先祖代々ただこの場所を目指した。
To be honest, right here, it felt like almost a good justification for acting how he has, when he described how single-minded they've been trying to achieve their goal.
さっきのは聞いたぞワイパー。
In that vein of 2 wins back, this now, as a result, hurts to see him being beaten like this.
2発撃ってまだ立ち上がるとはさすがじゃない。
It really is impressive. We were told that even 1 is enough to wreck most people.
だが相手が悪い。
I wonder if this is what inspired Demon Slayer Season 3's main villain? Either way, it's just as cool looking. Way too long to show, but this entire attack looking, once again, so incredibly unique to anything he's done before now. I can't help but win this! It's truly so unique, and I cannot believe how much constant power he can create. The JoJo situation just gets much bigger, knowing all 4 of them have now been dropped by him.
どうせ死ぬのだ。楽に行けばいいものを。
All I can really say is, so insanely well done. What more can you say? It goes quiet, it pans over, and he's up again.
なぜ立ち上がる？
先祖のため。
Oh, he absolutely scores another win for the video there. I really did genuinely dislike him, but this has completely changed my mind, to be honest. I'm proud of him, oddly enough. Just wanted to point out the real impressive sound effects there.
エルトール。
You get another one. I'm hurt this has happened, but the visuals, the sounds, Nami silently screaming, and everything else combined gets the max wins here. Imagine being poor Nami here, and credit to making this guy look so powerful like nothing before him.
私連れてってください。ついていきます。あなたに。
Nami being smart here and finding a way to not be taken out when clearly she can't do anything right now.
いいか、大戦士カルガラには
Damn man, we were about to get some lore there before it faded out. Another reason the great warrior of old wanted to so badly reclaim this homeland.
どうした気が変わったのか
あ、いいえ、ただいま。
It's surprising he just is allowing her to come. Thankfully, but I really liked Nami checking on Wiper first too.
我々が行く場所では使えんと思うが、いいさ、好きにしろ。
This goes back to the earlier win about him being unique. He's saying, I don't think you can use the waiver where we are going, but by all means, bring it along if you want. Totally unique! Nice subtle ways they keep showing of her clearly not wanting to leave with him, and the concern for everyone else.
黙ってついてくればよい。
Long story short, our amazing Nami is using this time to figure out a way to escape. She's smart, but she also sadly doesn't know how insanely fast he is either. Not walking down a tunnel on the spot!
これは。
Getting our first look at the giant flying ship!
そうだ。この島に眠っていた黄金だ。
Oda has really brought this full circle. The bell was first mentioned at the start of the saga, near enough in the book. Now, all this time later, this is where it is.
この船で我々は限りない大地エアリーバースへ到達する。
It's so grand and epic feeling as we begin to near the end of the saga. It's got me truly hyped up, and his voice acting is only helping matters. If I'm being totally real, the fact that the snake is still alive, it gets a win. Oh, it sadly may not be kicking still, but I was very happy to see Luffy there and so close to getting out finally. Okay, finally they're out. That's a win. This made me so very happy to see him out and so happy. And as usual, so full of beans too. When he's not been around for a while, you really begin to feel it.
お、なんだ？でっけえ穴が。ゾロ！おい、お前、何やってんだよ！
Good subtle animation there as he sees the fallen Zoro in the distance and his eyes slowly widen in shock. So much extra animation!
ナミはあいつがいない。
Oh, his reaction to seeing Gon fall there too.
できるな。
It's a small thing, but how Luffy doesn't need to be asked and merely reaches in to help her out.
マントラが効かなかったから、ここで何が起きたのかわからないけど。
She raised an excellent point here and dumped cement over any potential mention of a plot hole that I myself hadn't considered. Clever of Oda to clear that up so quickly.
ロビン。
Obviously, I know all of these people are going to be alive, but it's still win-worthy when you see them okay and coming around.
空にいるすべての人々を地上へ返すと。
Brilliant choice of song there as she reveals that everyone is going to fall to the ground and we see people just living their lives entirely unaware.
大丈夫だよ。あたいわかる。この島で声が2つ動いてる。
And this is why I'm so glad her mantra ability was mentioned just now, as she says she'll be able to take Luffy directly to where he is, and it makes total sense.
俺をそこに連れて行け。
They keep on ending the episodes at the best of locations, time after time. I love it. The realism that she, as a wanted criminal there right now, is being attacked right away when getting close to the harbour, which only makes logical sense at this point. Plus though, the scene itself looks badass with her especially looking cool with that zoomed in look. Everyone in the crowd looking totally unique. Great landing too, going the extra mile with the slow motion goodness. They did a nice job of having it come across way more that people are genuinely scared of being close to her than her being a legit criminal and scared for that reason.
例の娘がどうやらエンジェル島で騒いでいるようだな。
How he used his mantra to see any issues happening in regards to his rule and then easily shot down a Thor attack onto them. It's really interesting to see how it all worked now.
強力なマントラに加えてこの雷の力で電波を読み取り会話を聞くのだ。
And there is the final element to how it works discovered. Also have one for the first proper look at the flying ship, before it was just a small side section.
おい貴様、突如足場を失う人間たちの形相を見たことがあるか?
I thought this was poetic, more so when he said just prior it'll be a party of angels dancing in the sky, meaning their wings, and the dancing being them flailing whilst falling.
誰だ?
いや、なんでもない。
He's horrible, but he is truly a badass villain too, I must admit. Oh, you best believe that's a super easy win to dish out right there. That was some legit, unexpectedly smooth animation on her arming and aiming her weapon just in time. Loved that! Never gonna stop winning how the animation team drew every single person for this crowd and every other before it. Wow, I liked that. Never seen someone throw something and then say they're sorry so genuinely right after. Colour me shocked. If her goal was to A, ensure the soldiers stayed away from her, and B, get them to run away as she wanted them to, then that's super clever. And another for doing so, whilst knowing she risked her life, very likely there, by doing it too.
あれ変だな。裁きが来ない。
なぜなの?
Very, very good. Maybe because he's inside the ship and about to take the whole place down anyway? He has chosen not to do anything? Or it could be Luffy's arrival.
彼は私の父と共に裁きを受けました。
ちょっと待ってくれよ。
え？
そんなことバカ言うな。急にできるかよ。
私たちはこの空で生まれ育ったんですよ。
Easy win purely for people finally starting to listen bit by bit or being open to what she's saying. She's getting sick and tired of listening to their endless blabber that she does this. Let's keep going! This quarter rotating shot.
祈る前に、現実から目をつぶる前に、自分自身ができることをやらなくちゃ。
And there's the other half of that shot, plus what she's saying is great too. You have to do something.
国を捨てる決断を。世界へ逃げろ。
She is fantastic. What a side character she's ended up becoming. She perfectly got her point across to them at last, as well as people rush to save their own lives.
おそらく身体はもう、私にもそれは。
Think she made the right choice here, not telling them about their family just yet. Won't do any good here and now, but it is sad for sure.
身体のことなら我々ホワイトベレーが引き受けましょう。身体の行く末は察しがついてます。
God, we're pouring wins out everywhere now. It's just so good. Now he's stepping up to try and help her out and to do his actual duty for the people.
ビルカの二の舞にはさせない。
ビルカ。
そうです。エネルは故郷を滅ぼしてこの国にやってきたのです。
Getting what is likely some of the final pieces of the lore puzzle coming into play now. Eneru destroyed his own homeland before coming here 6 years ago. It's so good. Take one here for his sound reasoning for doing Eneru's bidding all this time. They believed by towing the line they could protect the people, their ultimate goal.
みんなのことを思っての行動だったのですから、むしろお礼を言いたいくらいです。
She is such an angel, in spite of only just losing her father, and them trying to arrest and attack her, she's still trying to make him feel better about his actions these 6 years. Bless her.
そうか、正解の。へそう。
Go on, one more for a salute, knowing she's going back to help our crew, and clearly doing so with their blessing. Not running over ruins on the spot!
一気には運べそうもないわね。
Yeah, but you get so much credit for trying so hard to do so whilst being badly injured, Robin. He hypes me up like no one else when he's like this, I swear!
実に不愉快。私の予言は外れだったというわけ。
I'm happy that he's unhappy, and also Luffy has turned up, baby! This is turning into its own win. A Luffy gets mad and yells at the enemy win. He did this versus Arlong and Crocodile too, at the very least. Totally badass! Luffy doesn't get his answer about what makes him a god, and so he runs up there. Let's friggin' go! Such a huge attack that luckily doesn't hit, but the primary win is for that pairing of reactions to him missing. Really got me. Max wins because this hit me like a ton of bricks. I literally said out loud, "What the hell?" And then loudly said, "Oh my god, is it because he's rubber?" Confusing my wife.
雷は効かない。ゴムだから。いい加減にしろ。
I'm so smart, and it's such a legit twist, and now Luffy is mad. This is truly one of the greatest anime ever. Easily 2 wins. Firstly, let's address that facial reaction to the first person he's met, being able to remain easily standing after taking charges like those. And of course you can't ignore the lovely rotating shot they included, but really didn't have to do. Someone landing the first physical hit on him in the entire saga, with that Sea Prism Stone of course, and it's a big one! This sight!
もしかしてルフィはエネルにとって世界でたった一人の天敵
And another for yet more great endings to episodes. Blown away by that one. I'm so happy right now. Max wins for one of the most beautiful, touching EDs I've seen in a while. The song was beautiful, but what legit made me tear up was seeing everyone from the past like that. Wow, that hit me.
なんだというのだ、貴様。
俺はルフィ、海賊でゴム人間だ。
I love how casually he talks like here. What I'm guessing is a huge, fully zoomed out shot of the entire living space. Wow!
そうか白白界にゴムは存在しないんだ
This then makes perfect sense for why he was so confused about how Luffy was unaffected. I love it.
ゴムゴムの
Ah! I totally forgot about his mantra ability, and this is even more powerful than prior enemies! And even more annoyingly, he's physically powerful too. He really does make for an awesome villain. These fights never cease to make me anxious. He's saying he's going to adapt to Luffy, changing his tactics, Luffy kicks, and says physical attacks won't work on me either. It's tense, man. Such cool looking animation, plus the stance.
弱点はやはり斬撃か。
Pat. Perfect Nami moment. As much as I hate him, he looks so cool moving through that metal like that. Take my win! It's official, this guy has the most attacks out of all prior bad guys. Think of everything we've seen. It must number around 12 different attacks or something by now. At the same time, Luffy is so smart during battle. He grabs a hold of the weapon so he can't leave it, and then boom! That beautiful attack. Never seen anyone, as far as I can recall, just simply grab his wrists during the attack and slam him down. They keep on making me nervous. Getting to see the deck here really shows how insanely large this airship is. The whole starting up the ship scene.
ルフィ早くエネルをやっつけてちょっと待って待って。
She asks so casually, like it's super easy to achieve.
未来の海賊王の仲間がよ。
Love him when he switches and becomes totally serious. You always know it's about to go down big time when it happens.
海賊王そいつはどこの王様なんだ
Once again, Oda only giving knowledge to people who could naturally gain it, as Eneru questions what a pirate king holds dominion over, or how much land do they rule? The size of it is amazing, and that giant golden face is equally as creepy as it is kinda sick looking.
ルフィは正解の戦士だよ。戦士の決闘を邪魔しちゃいけない。
Feels like the girl has grown saying something like this about an outsider. Another awesome looking, really zoomed out shot. Animating a whole bunch of characters moving within one scene.
エネルギーあの男に人の命を奪う権利はない
Powerful statement from a man who just found the courage to break free from his mental prison himself. The struggle seen on his face as he likely laments being under the thumb for so long.
シャンディアの村へ誰かが知らせねば彼らも滅んでしまう
These guys went from being an annoyance to being legends, heading to the tribe's village in spite of the dangers in order to let them also know what is happening.
さあデスピア発動だ
No clue what this is exactly, but obviously it's a damn fine twist and totally unique as an attack as well.
私のエネルギーによってデスピアは極めて激しい気流を含む雷雲を排出する例えば
Whoa! That makes the last win even better to my mind. I thought maybe he's pumping out poison. It's unique, but not great lore-wise. But no, creating clouds he can fill with thunder. That's clever! Bloody brilliant how that song, which initially annoyed me a little and I laughed about it 1 or 2 vids back, is now cutting through the horror and filling me with pride in her arriving. Usually that wouldn't score a win on its own, but I loved how he twisted his body around it and then kicked back. Straight up awesome example of fresh attacks, each different to the last.
そうだ。
Oh yeah, how did he dodge that? Does it mean if you're not thinking about it, you just react? He can't see it happen?
何やってんのルフィ。
His newest move! Airhead! Basically don't think of anything. Oh my god, it's freaking working!
ぼーっとしてるだけだから俺も攻撃できねえ。
The logical downside to this new move, but it's still absolutely brilliant how both keep on adapting during this battle over and over again, all thanks to Oda's big brain. Oh, he is so easily the best though, isn't he? 2 new moves on the bounce and after I just gave a win for Oda's big brain no less. I love it, let's go! My god, it actually worked. He ran in so confident and mocking Luffy's attempts and suddenly he gets clipped on the cheek. And next thing he knows he's taken this many shots all over. Max wins!
冗談 壁で跳ね返ったパンチにはルフィの意志がない。
It's so smart though. I didn't get it until she said what it was. By attacking off the walls, he's not controlling where they go behind him and thus cannot be predicted mentally. Another Max wins for being anti-anime and immediately following up with another super powerful and great looking attack on him as he tries to recover. Bloody brilliant. Back-to-back Max wins. The first single win would be for another incredible ending, and the other is for him once more attacking with another new ability as he tries to get away. Amazing episode. Before the episode even officially begins, we see the attack from another angle and see that it does indeed land and was huge too. What an impressive looking vessel it is.
まさかまだ起きるの？
Damn! He's still going? I figured it wouldn't be that easy, but still.
我は全能なる神である。
That statement with that voice acting and that visual with that music makes for such a good mixture. Once more fully animating so many people in the crowd that they didn't have to.
空が暗くなったのはあの船の仕業か。
あれに神が乗ってるんだ。
They also did the crowd justice by having so many people bringing along their kids or carrying things or a cart filled with goods as obviously they're running away. Super wide angled shots showing the entire docks area and them fleeing.
あなたたちも早く船を用意して。この国はもう助からない。何？
These people are legends for taking the time to head over there given no one found the time to warn them.
の壁を。
I must say, Oda absolutely has outdone himself this saga. The sheer volume of different attacks between all villains and allies has been insane to say the least. As hard as it is to see, it's definitely an outstanding twist. It was a clever way to keep hold of Luffy and then knock him off the edge, and it just worked.
バカかお前。そんなもんいくらでもいるぞ。お前なんか。
Luffy really wanted to stay strong and put across his message to Eneru, but also it was the reveal, really well done, that there's monsters down there who'll fight him. It's a logical attack from him, too risky to allow them to maybe rescue him from the fall, so he launches a massive attack right down on them.
だがこれが結論。
Once more, I have to hand it to him. Any normal villain would have attacked her. She's clearly 100% with Luffy, aiding him the whole way through that fight, but still, he leaves her. Great looking shot. I liked how they did that one.
なんなら私はお宝さえ届けば OK よ。ナミさん。
Small win, but just knowing that they had a solid plan that totally didn't work out was good to find out about. Stupid amount of unique shots. Sanji and Usopp have both woken up. This is not a drill.
ナミさん。なんてこった。
I have no clue exactly what it is that he's saying around the ladies, but it's funny in this extreme zoom in to find her.
準備って。
ナミさんを助けるんだ。
助ける。
Dropping one here because I genuinely missed both of these guys these past few episodes. A heck of a lot, actually. A nice but also funny reminder of how scared Usopp can be sometimes.
とにかくナミさんは T シャツを脱いでた。それ一番関係ねえだろ。
I don't know where this light slapping thing originated from, but its new use in the anime this saga has been most welcome.
サリメだ。お前あれあるだろ。腹から飛び出すロープ。ウソップ。
I can't help but win seeing these lads back in action now. Even just hearing their voices for the first time in ages is seriously hyping me up right now as they rush into action again.
天に君臨する私に最もふさわしい巨大な鐘。
Oh, I misunderstood before. I thought the golden bell was on the ship. Must have just been a ton of gold instead. Interesting.
望むものを一人で手に入れて何が楽しいの？
A well-timed and lovely moment from Nami speaking from the heart. What sense is there in getting the things you want if you're all alone? Sue telling the whole story of what happened to the lads.
俺の持病高いところへ行ってはいけない病が
It's the grand return of a brand new Usopp disease! I can't get enough of these unique shots! Made me so happy to hear that music and see Sanji and to a lesser degree Usopp heading up onto the ship to save Nami.
もう一度、そうやもう一度、みんなと一緒に海に出るためにルフィ、あんたの度胸を借りるわ。
Not only was that a great ending, but I loved seeing Nami wish for nothing more than to set sail with her crew just one more time, all together, and wanting Luffy's bravery right now. Max wins, great end. Darth Weirdo, Fiji, Nick Wyndham, The Element Taylor Wars, Christopher Willis, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Mini Masher, Marquez, Nozomi, Orekeeper, Otar Bananisi, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Brandon Kriya, Brian Bayard, Cameron, Christian Tavasa, Commander Cyrus, David Mayer Olmos, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Aaron Winters, Guru, James Tafoya, Jor Edvinson, Kevin Halston, Cumfroy, Kylie Welp, Luis Benito, Mr. Mansu, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Ruby Rose, Satoko Yari, Zionx 44, Sean, Starkip, The 100s, Tiger Lily Warrior, Ajoka, Alexander Schwartz, Ali 50, Amadillo, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dante Soul, Dante's Face, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Devon, Dragon Defender, Iso, Francie, Garrett Vermeesh, Gibbs, Hooved Lowe's Ritter, Hunter Miranda, Isel Caldera, Jason Davies, John, Jaffa 6263, Kai Wolfspring, Kelnog, Kevin Nelter, Kevin 102, Knuckle Duster, Kai 158, Kyle Jones, Laxor, Laxus, Liam Gugati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Marvin, Matthew Blancett, Michael Lewis, Modaviram, Moodini, Mr. Fire Cool, Nathaniel Gregomosa, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, Novagown, 9028, Ollie the Mighty, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Oscar I. Lopez, Owen Halloran, Q-Flash, Chris Harris, Ryan DeVeries, Psychomi Aoram, Sarcastic Truth, Snowy, Stan, Storm 970, TRS, Thrasher 340, Will Sass, Willyman.